Shoot.
Oh, no. I'm looking at my screen, where, like, even if I click off my video, it doesn't show my avatar.
Dang it.
I know. I don't understand why it doesn't.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Try to figure it out. All right, I'm going to play this. Ready?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
As we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
If you're illegal, we don't fucking want you here. I don't care if you're brown or if you got blonde hair. I don't care what color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or dark as Cobby Lame, you do it legal. And if you don't, get the fuck out. Rules keep our lives civilized, otherwise we bug out. If we don't vet citizens at the entrances, and it's a recipe for disaster. We can't just let anyone in, that's crazy. They ain't just grabbing random people. They ain't just driving around and packing vans with Latinos. This ain't a haphazard attack on the Latin scene. It's cracking down on those who came through a passage that was illegal. I don't see the issue, and most Mexicans don't either. It's always the younger crowd that's acting so eager. So fuck the kids, ask the parents what they see. If they're immigrants, I almost guarantee they disagree. See, there's no one more proud in this country than those who came to it and did it the legal way and made dough and attained the shit. Then they turn around and see this protest nonsense. All these posters for folks who didn't go through the process. My father-in-law came to this country with nothing, no money to his name, turned nothing to something. And when he sees these videos of all the sudden destruction, he looks me in the eyes and tells me that he's fucking disgusted. You'll never see him in that crowd. It's just a bunch of kids holding up fuck ICE signs, but they don't know what they did. They don't even know who the hell was detained, and if you asked them, I bet they couldn't even tell you their names. It's fucking insane. There's no sense to be had, no thought whatsoever, no direction or path. If you're protesting being sent back to your country, then why the fuck would you be holding up the Mexican flag? Explain it to me, cause really it doesn't make any sense to me. Who's the enemy? Your movement perplexes me. That's like breaking out of prison and going straight to the street and holding up a picket sign for the penitentiary. You know, I always been a firm believer in statistics. I always thought the numbers that you see are realistic, but I don't know. After the riots in LA, I think the unemployment rate is way higher than they say. Look at you fucks. Good heavens, Pete's sake. Y'all been out in these streets now for several weeks, man. Y'all just doing it to do it. You don't even care that much. You ain't doing it for the cause. You just there to tear shit up. And what the fuck's with all the white people up in the mix? My people always gotta have something to fix. Did you ever think for one split second they don't want you there and you're just getting in the way of what they're trying to accomplish here? Don't worry, you don't have to face it alone. If there's a racial issue, we'll make it our own. You think screaming at the cops at the top of your lungs is gonna make them have a change of heart and drop all their guns? Like a scrawny little long-haired bony fucking white dude is gonna say some profound shit to an ICE agent, and it's gonna make him change his mind about his occupation. Like, you know what? You're right, this is racist.
I'll get you a job. I'll get you a job, man. I can get you a job. I can get you a good paying job. I can get you a good paying job. Guns don't belong here. Put the gun down. I'll get you a job. You're fucking hired. Please, man.
Look, I ain't heartless. I know that there's a lot of anger and pain this causes. There's a lot of people that did no harm at all. But you gotta understand, dog, the law is the law. And breaking it with good intentions doesn't make it right. You ain't exempt from the consequences, you gotta pay the price. You should've thought twice before you did what you shouldn't. But I'm willing to bet that you knew the risk and you took it. And that's the problem, why you came here in the first place. The fear of getting caught wasn't as worse as your birthplace. Just food for thought, instead of trying to elude the law. Maybe you should all be trying to solve the root cause. Why is it our duty to adjust our immigration? We ain't the ones to blame for the function of your nation. Instead of coming here and telling us we need to change, how about you try to start a movement in the country that you came from? I know what you're gonna say, that's a hard sell. Corruption in the government and plus the cartel, those are big issues, something we need to sift and get through. And I'd be more than happy if we helped fix it with you, but not like this. Not by taking down our borders, but by giving you what you need so you can salvage yours. Military support and economic assistance to go to war with the forces is threatening y'all's existence. It wouldn't be that hard for us to chisel off a piece. Look up a chart, dog. I mean, we've almost given y'all the least. So fuck it, we're already stuck in debt with trillions. So what's it gonna hurt to spend a couple extra billion? Shit, in my eyes, helping our neighbors is critical. I'd rather give you residuals than Ukraine and Israel. We've given them hundreds of billions of dollars each, and you know how much we've given y'all? 3. I ain't saying that you need it or to beg us for it. I'm just saying that we spend a lot and we could lend support. I'm all for helping out the country to the south of us, but politicians never put their money where their mouth is. They always say they care, but they never give a fuck. They just put a band-aid on the cut, but never stitch it up. Even if you make it here, it doesn't change the fact that the rest of your nation remains in chains and trapped. The Mexicans I talk to love their country deeply, even though growing up in that bitch wasn't easy. They're grateful for the opportunity that we provide, but they remember where they came from and they love to see it thrive. So while you're protesting, put that on your piece of paper. You want the US to help you make your country safer, but until then, if you're illegal, you can leave here. You don't want them there, and we don't want them here either.
That kid speaks his mind, doesn't he?
Sounded pretty good, I dare say.
Yeah. Well, he's got a clear view of immigration, I guess, or what the status of the illegal and legals are, for sure. And he didn't mind saying it.
It's ironic how he had Obama as starter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The illegal president.
Yeah.
I was born here, I swear.
The media had to lie to everyone.
Why would he do that? I don't know. Good question, ain't it?
Hello, Jim. Hello, Justin.
And don't forget Juno. Jono. That's how you pronounce it.
Oh, Jono's in this?
Yeah, he's in here. And there's another girl named Sarah. I don't know who she is, really. She came in here the first night, and Jim was booting people's ass like Wesley. Why are people disappearing? Well, because they're talking crap. Jim's taking a page from Vicky. That's all I got to say. Don't give him a room to chat. So how's your night going so far?
Doing good.
Did you go on Platz's today?
Yes.
I thought I saw you on there.
Yeah.
I was busy working. It's becoming quite the interesting hodgepodge of differences real quick.
I know it.
Yeah. I wonder why. Yeah. I don't let it get to me.
It's difficult having to navigate between what people want versus what God says.
Yeah, it's, usually you stick with the guy who made you. He probably has the best interest at heart. Right? Yeah. That ain't going to change. People will change. Prime examples.
And no, but it's like a lot of what people don't see is like God can still purpose something aside from wicked people.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Yeah. Like it's been that way forever.
Maybe that's going to change, though.
Let's say. Here, let me think about it for a moment.
The best way to paraphrase this?
Yeah. Okay. What I'm thinking of is like there's so many people like around me who will be like, you know, oh, bless Israel, right? And they don't actually know why they're doing it. Like, I mean, and in their mind, they think, oh, just bless the state of Israel without even looking into it, right?
I get you. The state of Israel is not anything I think God ordained, personally. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Jacob, who named
Derek, you're cutting out.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah. Where's your mic at? Like the last like 2 words were a little choppy for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I'm on Wi-Fi and my phone right now. It shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it is. You're clipping a little bit.
Well, I mean, while you were playing your song, I got clipped out for no reason.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it. It's Restream. It takes a lot of data for some reason. And my phone doesn't handle it all the time. That's why I use my PC when I usually go live with this. It is what it is. I could do a StreamYard stream right quick. You could handle that, but the sound quality is a lot less. That sounds better. Whatever you just did. Say something.
How's this?
Better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you were talking about the state of Israel, and people just
Well,
accept it.
last earlier, right? I used myself in American as an example, like where people like will say like God bless America, right? Do they have any thought about God bless corporate America when they say that? No, not at all. Like people operate from a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, they do. Well, what did it say in the Bible? My people perish for a lack of knowledge.
That's right. Why? Because
Well, you're starting to chop again. Hold on, Derek. Yeah, I know. You got your PC at hand anywhere?
no, no.
Not really.
No.
Huh. But I want to be able to hear what you got to say.
I may be able to work something out here. Give me like 10 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay, cool. We'll go over what I actually got in touch with IC Spin. I'm actually not going to use ALE. You think you got to be crazy? He said, "Yeah, here asking, did I get a hold of?" No, those are Duffy's friends, dude.
I'll be
All right,
All right.
later. All right, so these other company that I talked to today, IC Spin, is called Swoop Antarctica. They actually set up custom trips to Antarctica. I'll be talking to them at 9:30 in the morning. I had to set up an appointment with them. They're much more professional than ALE. ALE is a biased organization who thinks they actually have to prove something because they have money invested in TFE and Anthony Powell and all the rest of the monkeys down there who were putting out videos of 24-hour suns. They don't want to cater to me, and they've actually pretty much told me this. That's very biased. Yeah, because they know who I am. They know who Duffy is. They're well aware of what I'm going to go do. They don't want me to do it. It's not interesting. It's exactly what it is. And if they're going to gatekeep Antarctica like that, there's something they got to hide, dude. That's just common sense. You can add 1 and 1 and 1, and you come up with 3. 6 plus 5 is 11, dude. It's like simple. So if there's a complete midnight sun in Antarctica during the solstice, I don't know what their rates are, dude, but they're just going to cater to me. Doesn't matter. I like that. Thanks, Big Pun. Anyways, back to the discussion at hand. I'll show you the Swoop Antarctica website, and these are the people I'm going to try to work with. It's plain and simple. They just book tours. I'm sorry, wrong one. That's Flat Earth, Flat Water. I'm going to go over one of their videos. He put out a remake of an old one. Let's see if I can get the right one on screen. Bring. Swoop Antarctica. That's the name of the organization. These people right here. They do Antarctica adventures in December. They have several different packages and stuff, but they work with people and try to do custom tours. And we're pushing for next year because it's all usually it's going to be booked up, and the little Union Glacier tour ain't going to cut it. Obviously, didn't cut it for Duffy and his mess. So here, I'll put it big up for you. These people. Oh, look. What does it say here? In December, summers, 22 hours of daylight. Holy crap. We get to see humpback whales. It's odd that they don't advertise a 24-hour sun. Isn't it? I think it is, dude. And when they say, oh, where are the guns, Nathan? Yeah, if you go down there by yourself and start hanging out and doing things on your own, you'll see the guns, dude. If you don't sign the paperwork and do it properly. Justin, you nailed it, sir. Now, if I had my own plane and boat and I had enough money to go fuel it up, I'd go down and do it myself. But I'm pretty sure they tried to stop me then. They did that with several other people in the past. I wouldn't be the first. But the only way I'm going to have to do this is actually get to where I want to go, need to go, and make the observations that I need to make during the solstice. But if you read there, it says 22 hours at daylight of the maximum. You got to go further, That's not how it works, dude. Because the sun's just right there over the north, or the south, sorry. There's a couple of them. I haven't looked at all of their stuff yet. But they said in their ad, I think they said they'll work with you. So, and they're going to set up a talk with me. So, say they got one for Falklands and the peninsulas there. I'm pretty sure they got a lot more than that. Let's see. Let's read their guide. View their voyages. There's better. Special offers ranges. Right trip, cabin prices. They got the Antarctic Peninsula. That's only $9,000 for that trip. I could fly luxury Antarctica cruises. That's $21,000. That's a little too much. Antarctic base camp. Let's see where that's at. I hate it when they give you these like ads. Let's send me the details. It doesn't really say where it's at. Right here. The ultimate Antarctic adventure. The trip specifies an activity travelers spend 7 days kayaking, hiking, camping, mountaineering, snow shoeing, and all included in the price medium package, blah, blah, blah. You get 7 days in Antarctica, equals 14 planned off-ship excursions. These are ships, obviously, here. They got 3 of them. That's the Antarctica Peninsula. I'll have to look up where the Antarctic Peninsula actually is. They got penguins, though. Heck yeah. That looks cool. But I better get a better feel to where they're going to go, where they go when I talk to them. They got sea lions too. Look at this shit. Okay, here's the peninsula here, I guess. Here, and here. Start from Ushuaia. That's where their first base camp is. Newman Harbor. Let's see if I can look up 24-hour sun here. They got a search site. See if they have a bid on it. Let's see. If I can't find out, I'll ask them in the morning when I'm talking to them. I don't see a search bar. There's got to be one somewhere. They go back another one. I'll look down, see if I can find one down here. They're pretty reasonably priced compared to ALE. What's this one go? They had Zodiac landings with them. Do 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 do.
Look. Could actually see it.
That's not good.
Look. Raj.
What's going on, Roger? I lost you. You muted. Can't hear you, Roger. Is it me?
Crap, I was muted, dude.
Oh, there you are. What's up, man?
Yeah, I found a new company, Swoop.
Ah, very nice.
I set up an interview, or not interview, but a phone call with them tomorrow morning. They have like a button you push and you email them, and they'll like a call with them tomorrow and talk to them about where they go.
Very nice. Yeah, I know the other one wasn't too receptive.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if they get down below the 80th parallel. I don't see it on here. Their base camp's on the peninsula, about midway, but I'm pretty sure they do trips around Antarctica, so they go to the lower part at some point. Their highest price trip I've seen so far is like 18. They start out at like $9,000 or so. That's
take you on the penguin tour.
Yeah, they got a penguin tour, and they got one where they go. You get to take Zodiacs inland. If I can get down below the 79th, 80th parallel, I'll be good. But they don't say anything about a 24-hour sun in their document.
I want the whole wine and dine package. I want the dinner and sauna and massages. And
yeah, why not? Yeah, they probably have that too. Oh. So, yeah.
Sob just ended his show.
I had a feeling. And Derek was on here trying to give his peace of mind, but his mic was crap. And Ryan said he was coming, but you know how that you know Ryan. Yeah. So I see that you schedule a call with them.
Yeah.
So these they seem reasonable, and I'm not going to mention anything about TFE if I talk to them.
Yeah, don't mention anything. If they ask you anything, just tell them, "Oh no, I'm just just want to see it. I've got an interest all my life. Put on the song and dance."
Yeah, it's on my bucket list. I want to visit Antarctica.
You should have somebody else call for you, and then you show up. So that would be the thing to do. Then that way you'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I called you guys. Here's the paperwork." That way there isn't any cross traffic, So
yeah. Well, I tried TFE. I mean ALE today. Actually, I get TFE and ALE mixed up. Just because
two of the same.
Yeah, I tried calling them today, and then I went through their marketing part of their menu, and nobody answered it.
No, they're not gonna. They know who you are now.
Why is it so? Why is it so? Why are they pushing back so hard, dude? Let me come on down, and say hi.
No, they're like, no, we don't want you here. You can stay wherever you are.
Oh, those people.
That should tell you right there.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't going to be easy as pie. I had a feeling there's going to be a lot of bumps on this road, but it's what it is.
You'll get there. We'll have to put you on the chicken truck flight.
The chicken truck flight riding the back. Yeah.
Wait for the green light to come on, and we'll open the door, and you'll have to jump out.
Push out. Wah! Throw your raft out.
I'm here.
I could do like Hoy's Landiford and actually just get my icebreaker and go, let's go. Next thing you know, 2 weeks into your trip, you're already getting harassed by the Navy. And
My friend one time said he was talking about going to Europe, and I said, well, what are you going to do? You going to catch a flight? He's like, I don't know. I might do something different. And I was like, what do you? I immediately started laughing because I knew that anything different was going to meant the ship. And he looked on some website and told me that he could get on a one of those big ocean landing cargo ships, that they had packages that you could get on the cargo ship, and it would literally take you across the Atlantic. And I was like, dude, you don't want to be on that going across the Atlantic. I don't think he'd ever even been on a raft. He's talking about getting on a big container ship. I said, you don't want to be floating on that thing for the next, next week with a Pakistani crew.
You're gonna hide in the cargo bay.
Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna put you in some room down at the bottom, and you're gonna be throwing up continuously. I was like, that don't really sound like a lot of fun.
My dad told me it took him a good 2 or 3 months to really get used to it, dude. Because he spent like I think 6 years.
Yeah. You got to get your sea legs. I wasn't on ships. I was on a fishing boat when I was 16. From like 16 to 18, 19, 5 miles out. And I never ever thought about how dangerous it was until one day I was standing there looking at downtown Boston from 5 miles away. And I thought about it and said, boy, if something ever happened, that's a long way to swim.
Oh, yeah.
And then I never thought of it, not once. And, and one day I walked over to my boss and said, hey, how far are we from? And he said, well, we're only permitted to go out 5 miles. That's as far as we could go. So he said, yeah, we're like 4.25 miles. We're close. We're right on the edge. And I thought to myself, boy, that's a long way to swim. He looked at me and just gave me this look. Like, don't say that. Like I'm going to jinx him or something. And one day we were out there, and I noticed, because I was in the back of the boat. I don't mean to give a whole story, but this is the story to it. I was standing on the back of the boat, and I kept noticing that he's taking his hand, cupping his hand over this light on the console. And he kept doing it over and over and over. And I'm thinking, something's up. I've never seen him do that. So I walked over and said, what's going on? Why are you cupping your hand over the light? He said he stopped the boat, like he just put it in, so it just floated. He's like, go over and pull the deck up. And we pulled these rings up, and the inside of the boat, the hull of the boat's full of water. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to die. He's like, start bucketing it out. And the reason he kept looking at the light was because the way the boat was moving with the waves, he could feel that something wasn't right on the way it was moving. And me and this guy Eddie went down there and just started cupping all the water out, like, come on. And we got to the islands outside of Boston Harbor. They have what they call the Sisters. And he literally took the boat and put it up on one of the Sisters on the sandbar, because the pump had died. We had no bilge pump, and the boat was sinking. It scared the shit out of me. And what I mean,
that's horrible, dude.
It scared the hell out of me, because I thought, oh my God, it's like freaking November. I mean, this water, we're not going to make it.
My dad went into the Navy. He actually went into Bud School, and he wanted to be a SEAL. He didn't make it.
My dad went all over the place in the Navy in the 50s. So he loved it. I don't know.
But he didn't train to be a SEAL, though, did he?
No, he was in the Navy.
Yeah, but Navy is SEALs.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't one of those, specialty super specialists.
Yeah, my dad didn't become a SEAL, though. He didn't make it. So they put him in a radar man. He went to Vietnam and did radar for destroyers and battleships.
Yeah, my dad was in the 50s, from 50 to 58.
He missed the war. Yeah, or you want to call?
Well, no, he was in the same period. He was on a training ship. So basically all the people that came through.
I didn't know we were in Vietnam in 58, though.
Yeah, it was the beginning of it. 58 was the beginning of it. He got out right before. He would have kept on going, but my mom got all pissed off at him and said, that's enough. You either come home or you can marry the Navy.
Yeah, that reminded me when you said 5 miles out, because when they trained the SEALs, what they did, this is what got my dad out of it, was they took them 5 miles out at night, and they give you a compass and they drop you in the water.
Yeah.
And you got to swim your ass back, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the greatest of swimmer, so 5 miles is a bit of a stretch for me. Would have been a lot of back riding, right out where we were. Like I said, it was in like early November. That water, you're not going to be in it long before the cold gets you. So I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. Just go in there and start just use anything you got. I mean, we're using like bait cups and using all kinds of crap, just anything to try to scoop as much out. And it was just starting to get real, the boat was starting to get, you could feel it, how it was getting real tippy, like, just real,
I got you.
And he was like, I got to put it on something. So we made it to the Sisters, which is like these sandbars that are outside the Boston Lighthouse. And he just gently just put it up on the, what do you call it? We got off, and he called this guy he knew who was from the marina, and he come out with a boat with an extra bilge pump, put the new bilge pump in it, pumped it out, and just, pulled us back off of the sandbar. He said, that's it for the day. We're done. Like he was like, that's it. That's close enough. So we went home. I think we took the next day off too. It stressed him out enough that he was,
Nice.
Yeah. And I think past 5 miles, you had to have the inflatable life things. The inflatable things that you like jump into and you zip them up and you pull the thing and it like inflates.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's like a suit, like a survival suit. And I don't think that would have saved us. Not November water. Yeah, so the next year came and I had to work, and I was like, I ain't working in the winter. So as soon as November hits, I'm out. I
think I found something that might do it here. I got one for the south of the Arctic Circle.
There you go.
Antarctica Circle. So this goes to Peninsula part for 7 days. And I don't know if it's going to go all the way down. I don't know. I'll talk to them, see where they go.
Yeah,
it doesn't give you an exact destination. Anyways, hey Derek, you're back. I see.
Just incredible.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You sound much better now.
Oh, good. No, this is about as good as I can do it. Yeah, my PC crapped out on me like a year ago. I need to bring it in to get the motherboard fixed. And I have a laptop, but the darn thing overheats. And so what I've done is bring my phone as close to the Wi-Fi as I can.
That makes sense.
When I do it with my phone, the phone overheats. It's the one thing I can't do with it. If I try to run a live stream or try to go through a whole show, the phone gets too hot. It gives me a warning.
Mm-hmm.
So I made this ghetto air cooler thing that the phone sits on top of. It's the most ghetto thing you've ever seen, but it works.
Welcome to the club.
Oh man, it's ghetto as hell. I just basically got out of the garage.
I'm not gonna.
I took the side panel off an old computer, and I just drew out a thing that I could cut out of the side of it and then fold it over, and I made a little stand and mounted 2 little 80mm fans that run off a battery, and it works. But it's ghetto looking. Really bad.
As long as it works, I don't care how.
Dude, those little cooling things, they're a lot of money.
You gotta keep talking. I'll be right back.
They make these cooler things that it's like a stand that has a fan thing behind it. Yeah, things are $60. Expensive. I was like, hell, I got some old computer fans. I'll make something.
Right? Repurposing.
Yeah.
Right on.
Don't feel bad. I'm on a computer I picked out of the trash.
Oh yeah. My PC, it was repurposed. I got it for a steal of a deal back in 2019 for $200, and it lasted quite a while, almost 6 years, I want to say. No, and it's just a minor hiccup, I want to say, because other than that, everything else seems to be doing okay.
What does it do?
Well, it glitches when you turn it on.
Hey, I'm back.
What kind of glitch?
You can get to the main screen, and then all of a sudden just boop, it'll
Cuts
just shut
off.
off.
Check your fans when you pull the side cover off. Look at all the fans. Make sure they're all turning. Sometimes I've gotten machines where people are like, I don't know what's wrong with it, and I look at the fans off. There's no fan on it, or the heatsink is just stuffed full of dust bunnies, and people don't see it because you can't see through it.
I mean, it's clean of dust. I make sure of that. But I haven't actually checked the fans to see if they're moving or not. So I may have to do that.
Yeah, I've seen some ones where people gave me ones. They were like, "Here, you can take this. Just take it for free. I don't want it." And the fan's dead, or it's overheating, and it just thermally shuts itself off because it's running too hot. I've seen some beauties where stuff like that happens, where it was like a quick fix, and I fixed it and worked perfect. I called him back on the phone and said, "Hey, you want your computer back? I fixed it." He's like, "When?" I said, "Just now." He's like, "You're just here," and I was like, "Yeah, I was."
You're welcome.
This one so far in money I've gotten this $12.95. That's the equivalent of this computer, $12. So yeah, bring it to somebody who knows what they're doing. They'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. I do know a guy actually. Like he's like a childhood friend of my younger brother. Though I'm kind of hesitant to bring the issue to him because he's a Globie.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like me and him got in some heated arguments.
Yeah,
but I could use his insight on this PC issue. Yeah.
You go through if you're using Windows, you can go through the event viewer. When it starts and stops, you can see exactly what it's doing. You can go through the event viewer and see what it gives you for an error, if it errors out. Or, it could be just something failing, hard drive going bad, or memory stick going bad. It could be a lot of things.
I mean, because the whole thing does actually start up. It actually gets to the main loading screen, or your main interface, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, the desktop.
And then, all of a sudden, just pew, the whole thing will just shut off. Like, what is going on here?
Just have them test everything. Test your power supply. Power supply could be going bad. Could be lots of things that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It don't look at these guys actually go into the so-called Antarctic Circle neither.
They probably go to some specified space camp or whatever they got that they use to bring in the normies.
Yeah, I'll talk to somebody there, see if they go to Scott Space or have anybody that does. That'd be as close as I could get to the geographic South Pole, probably. Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, see what they're offering, man. Make it sound like you're a bigwig. Just don't mention anything about FE. That's all. As soon as you do, they're not going to call you back ever again.
Well, he's one of those.
Because I'm sure they're all connected in some way. That's why I was saying then have somebody else call, so that way you just show up, be like, "Hey, how's it going? Here's your paperwork," then you're there.
Yeah, but we've had people testify that actually worked in the circle there that said that they never saw a 24-hour sun too.
Yeah, I've seen tons of stuff where people that work there.
Yeah, like Robert Shorman actually went with Nathan and did an interview with him and Antonio Sobreras, I think.
Yeah, Subarats.
Subarats, yeah.
I pronounce it. Yeah, he's not with us anymore.
Nope. I just watched a video that had him on it, and I heard the voice, and I was like, "Oh, that's Antonio. I remember him."
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time. It was quite a while ago.
Well, him and Nathan used to do a show called Behind the Fourth Wall. Remember that?
Yep.
It's been forever.
Did you ever listen to Crow back in the day?
Yeah, he was better back in the day, but he started once he got his new telescope and he got his hit piece with the moon wave and all that. He's got a big head, I think.
Yeah, I used to listen to Crow back in the day. I thought he was kind of cool in the early days.
Well, Conspiracy Guru did his theme song.
Yeah.
Crow.
Yeah, he started doing Jaren stuff all the time. That was I haven't seen him since.
Well, the NASA Man was a great song, dude. You've heard it, have you?
Yeah.
Him and Jaren wrote that.
Yeah, pretty good.
They can polish up some mirrors and look back in time. The NASA Man can.
And that's a man can.
I played that on a couple of my streams, man, and because
Oh.
Conspiracy Music Guru has never struck me for copyrights at all, which is cool.
Let me ask you something. I was going to ask on Sob's channel, but I didn't want to start any crap. What the hell happened with Janusz and the other guy?
And Keith,
Yeah.
between the two, they got into an argument about a couple of the videos between October 6th and Hamas versus Israel for the most part. So
What did they just get a little heated?
Yes.
Yeah, you could say that.
Indifference in beliefs.
Well, it's not just beliefs. It's like Keith is kind of sticking up for Israel to a point. You know, God's
Yeah,
children. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And-
still,
And
So
it's like I consider them both my brothers in Christ. I really do. And it's like it's hard to ultimately defend one side ultimately. Especially when the mainstream media is supporting both sides. Like, why are they doing that?
This is a dichotomy, man. That's the way it goes.
No, it's like
sometimes beliefs gets hard. Sometimes people have different beliefs about, they might believe the same things, but they have different ideas to them, or different people think about them differently. Some people just see things for what they are, and some people give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that might have been in the angle difference, was that maybe Janusz was a little more direct and the other guy wasn't. He was a little more forgiving in his thought.
I haven't really researched a lot about Hamas and necessarily even the IDA or whatever it is.
Yeah, IDF.
IDF, yeah. I realize what the IDF is. Like, it's kind of like a branch of the Israeli military, and I know how the Israelis are. When you're 18 years old, if you're an Israeli citizen, they automatically enlist you. They're
that.
military. Yeah,
I'm all set with that shit. All set with that. My
Yeah,
dad one time said, "Hey, why don't you join the Navy?" I looked at him like he was crazy. I was like,
Well-
"What are you, nuts? No way!"
my grandfather was a lifer too, and he was actually in World War II. He actually was at the Battle of the 10 and stuff, and like, it gets passed down from generation to generation. They tried to get me to enlist. I spent 2 weeks with a recruiter, went over what he had to offer me. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm all set. Yeah. I now when I get a little older, I kind of think about it. I'm like, shit, that probably would have been pretty cool. You know what I mean? That probably would have been something, an experience. But at the time period that I was growing up, I would have immediately went right into war immediately. And I was like, nah, I think I'll pass. I think I'll
They
just
almost
do.
drafted me for the Gulf War. Actually, it was really kind of strange.
My friend Mike was a tank guy, and his kids are all messed up. I don't know. Me and another friend talked about this. We were trying to figure out, because no one in his family screwed up, and no one in his wife's family screwed up. And I couldn't figure out why his kids had all kinds of problems. And we were talking, and I thought about it. I was like, DU, he was in a tank. Depleted uranium, because they started getting that Gulf War syndrome and all that stuff.
I know you're talking about.
Remember all that? And it was from DU. It was from depleted uranium, because even the guys in the vehicles and the guys, the dust from all that stuff going off, and the powder and all that stuff.
Well, they said that's what killed my dad was the Agent Orange. It was like 20, 30 years later.
Yeah, my sister's husband. He got paid out in the 1980s. The government paid him out for exposing him to Agent Orange. That's what killed him. Screwed his lungs. He never smoked a cigarette in his life, I don't think.
I wouldn't doubt it. They said it weakened my dad's heart, and my grandfather on his side had chronic heart disease anyway. So
Yeah, I'll bet.
Time sailing.
Bad hot stuff is in my family. So
Luke, can you say something? Anything?
Luke,
Hey.
Oh, there you are. How's Thailand doing? Hot? Muggy?
always.
It's doing good, mate. It's doing good.
So Luke, the big question I wanted to ask you, he's delayed.
No, I'm here. Not delayed.
Oh, okay. How many times a day do you get propositioned walking around?
You've heard stories about Thailand, right? What you gonna say?
Yeah, well, my
Yeah, my wife just put it into me when I walked into the lounge room, so it's only once so far.
Oh, good one.
But I haven't been outside yet, so.
Now, my dad's told me stories about Thailand.
No, just
Go ahead.
well, he was over there when
the
you
war.
came around, right?
Yeah, he was during Vietnam, like
R&R?
72.
Relaxation and
Yeah.
Relax and recreation.
Yeah, he took a couple of R&Rs in Thailand.
Yeah. A few sabbaticals.
Matter of fact, when I was born, he was during one of those. He told me this much later on in life. You know what I was doing when you were born? I'm like, no, what? And he told me the story about the girl. He went over to her house and they actually cooked hornets into a stew, and he ate it, and he's like, it was the weirdest thing he ever did. But yeah, those they do eat insects in their food over there, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. And
You wouldn't lie.
Quite tasty
if
until
there's
I realized.
protein in it, is it all too bad?
No.
I mean, John the
No,
Baptist ate
it's fine.
locusts.
It's just the parasite. The issue is the parasites. So that's there's nothing wrong with the protein. It's nothing like eating a steak, but
yeah, imagine
that's where you've got to be careful. And it's the same with a lot of food. I mean,
you got to
get
be
that
sure
in
to cook it,
sashimi and
sure.
Yeah, parasites from raw food.
Well, that's right. That's right. But the eggs can still pass through that. That's
Through the fire?
So I stay away from that now.
Through fire?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're hardy fuckers, tell you.
Well, I mean, I've never really eaten that.
So
surprised that they can pass through fire.
they're tasty. It is a very nice snack. The grasshoppers and the crickets.
I've had crickets.
They eat frogs, scorpions.
Yeah.
They eat anything.
They have scorpion booze. They have booze, the liquor that they make, and they put a scorpion in the liquor. You can buy the bottles of it. It's like whiskey. My friend drank it and said it was nasty stuff. Said it was nasty. Said it was strong. It tasted like fuel.
I would be hesitant.
So,
that,
I'm never up late enough. Every now and then, like I was on Flatzoids about a week ago, Derek, you were on there, but I was just hearing his content at the moment. I'm just thinking he's sounding like a Zionist, a Christian Zionist. Is he officially saying that's his position now, or is he a Zionist and he just doesn't know it?
Well, he did say he was a Christian Zionist, yes. Though at the same time, it's like, I mean, I've brought things forward to him that he's agreed to where he doesn't agree with the Israeli government. Like Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well,
like he doesn't agree with him. Like he doesn't agree with like the extermination of the Palestinian people. Like, no way.
Yeah.
No, there's certain things there. Go ahead.
The theme I'm getting is that the Israel, the nation of Israel, is not the Israel of the Bible. But Keith is arguing that it is, and that Israel of today is God's chosen people, or that the Jews in general are God's chosen people.
Well, he's not saying they all are.
Now,
right.
How do you discriminate? Because Christ has the ultimate equality. Like, Galatians 3:28, there's neither Jew nor Greek, there's neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, or you're all one in Christ Jesus. So that's talking about how much equality God has. If you're with God through Christ in faith, we're all the same. But to say that one group is more special to God than others, and I used to believe that too, by the way. I didn't realize that was a Zionist, because I used to follow Robert Breaker a lot. And he talks about that. He's a dispensationalist. But so I'd love to get on a chat with Flatzoid, but it's just 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a bit difficult.
Yeah, it would be about 12 hours from now. Or no. Oh, tomorrow's, or no, not today, but Wednesday. You can get on.
Yeah. So is that what Janusz and Keith were falling out over that? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. Because it's like I've seen the same things Janusz has. I saw the same things years ago, decades ago. Like, I mean, like when Israel used like white phosphorus, for God's sake. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that.
Oh yeah, they shot lifeboats. The people that were getting off that ship, they literally strafed the lifeboats as people were getting off and killed them.
I know it.
All the people that were going on the deck that were trying to put fires out were getting hit with white phosphorus and catching on fire themselves.
And it's like God is not blind or deaf to that.
Yeah.
No, it's like even they will be punished because they're wicked.
Yeah, well, they're also rejecting Christ as well.
Oh yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like I mean, we have to still follow what Jesus Christ laid the ground rules out as, like, you know, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Well,
I mean, if we're real Christians, what are we following?
In Catholicism, it would be.
That doesn't mean I approve of what they're doing. By no means.
In Catholicism, they would say, "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." And
right.
not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
It's a very high standard. Like the highest.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God!
That's not just for Catholics, so that's
crucified our Savior.
Catholics will claim that prayer, but that's for all Christians, and it's basically to admit we're all sinners, we all fall short, and
that's right. We're all guilty.
Yeah,
in one way or another. There's no way around it.
No one's righteous, not one.
That's right.
But if you have faith in the Lord, you get his righteousness applied to you.
That's right.
Where's Roger? Is he there?
No, he's his daughter's on the phone. He's talking to his daughter.
I'm on a call right now. I'll be right back, guys.
He'll be back.
That's fine.
I'm going to jump out too. If you're still on in a bit, I'll jump on a bit later.
All right, Luke.
Right, see you in a bit, boys.
His real name, Matt.
I answered to Luke too.
Well, I know you do.
See you guys.
Yeah, I remember that from going to church. It's one of the only things I remember. I don't remember a lot of the other stuff. I kind of didn't have a very good experience in that, so. But yeah, I can understand it. When I say it, I understand it. I understand what they're trying to say. So it's, I don't know. That's a heavy load, man.
It is. It really is. Like, this isn't something you can just cover with a blanket or be ignorant to. You really got to look into it if you're going to.
Yeah, there's some things that happen to me in life that I would never, I looked at it. Somebody asked me a long time ago about what I thought of, like, if somebody did something to you, and I said, well, there were some people who did some real bad stuff, like evil stuff. And I think about it, and they say, well, would you forgive them? And I said, well, I would like to, if I knew it would work. If I knew it meant something and I was going to say it, to have the balls to say it, and they would realize what they did was wrong, then I would say yes. But I know that person wouldn't do that. So I kind of brushed it off and said, well, in my mind, I know it's the right thing to do. You know, in my body, I know it's the right thing to do. But in reality, that isn't something that I think is too big to think that I have the power to do that. I would much rather say, well, the day will come where you'll have to answer for what you did, and I'll just give them a reference towards you. And I'll just point at that guy and say, yep, him right there.
Oh,
Let somebody
Well, see,
else
no,
make the decision.
no. If that day were to come, you wouldn't even have to do that. Like, because it would still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, you don't even need to.
Yeah. But I don't think
Yeah.
that person would ever do that. I know they would never do that. They've never done it to this day. And it's been 45 years later. So that ain't going to happen. So you got to remember, some people don't have guilt. Some people think if they don't think about it, there's no guilt to it. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. So,
Well, gentlemen, I'm back if you want to know.
we were just talking about something, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right?
I do. No,
right.
it's like no, they fall under the category of those who don't know what they're doing. Because
Yes.
if they did, they wouldn't be doing it.
Well, they did. They just don't have any bad feelings about it. So that's why I say there's some people in this world that know what they did is wrong because they were taught between what was wrong and right. They just don't recognize it. So they just think, well, who cares? Those are the, like I said, that's the person that I'm not even going to try to do it. I'm just going to point to him and say, that's the guy right there. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to let somebody else make the decision.
Point, you don't even need to point.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying about it is that I'm not really going to be the person that's going to suddenly go track down and show up at the door and say, hey, how you doing? I'm not going to be here to talk to you. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I would just point to them when the time comes and say, that guy right there. That's it. Let somebody else make that decision that has much more wisdom than I have.
Well, gentlemen, my question is with the whole Israel Hamas thing is why does that have to do with anything with your morals? Why do you got to pick a side? Why is there a political talk about it over here? What does that have to do with us to begin with? I don't know why everybody has to pick a side. I don't understand it.
Right. No, that's been my whole point all along, Roger.
Yeah.
Like, is there not a narrow road?
Well, not even a narrow road, just a right and wrong.
Yeah.
This is right.
No, both sides are guilty of crap.
Yeah.
Trying to appeal to the world, feel bad for us here and there. They're both doing it.
I know. Everybody. There's the one thing to people doing something and one person saying I'm not doing that. And I think that's the true holiness. That's the true you hearing that voice in your mind or feeling your gut feeling to say, I'm not going to go over and do that because that's not the right thing to do. And I don't believe it's the right thing. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to give them any money. And I'm not going to appease those people. And I don't care if they're offended or not. I'm not going to do it. So it's one thing to just do that. But the problem with religion, a lot of times I notice, is that you have the same religion, but 90 different sects of it. This guy believes it these days, and this guy doesn't go on that day, and this guy eats it on this day, and that guy doesn't eat it on that day. There's way too much variation that goes into this stuff where I can't say anything bad about those people, even though they're doing something bad. And these people over here are not going to say anything about them doing bad. They're just going to pretend they're not seeing it. They all have the same problem. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And that's it. That's where I come in. I'm the guy that sits there and says, I don't give a shit what anybody's saying. I ain't doing that. That's it. But I'm also not going to criticize somebody else who thinks that that's the right thing to do. I'll be like, go ahead and do it. Time's going to come where somebody else is going to be saying, that's the guy right there. That's how I look at it. That's my mentality about it.
Well, if they want to think that, like Palestine's like at war with each other, why don't they go over, arrest all the criminals that are there and put them on trial? And they'll be, regardless of race, country, creed, or anything else, just like doing Nuremberg, the trials for your crimes.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, no matter what the religious belief is, do you think that that is the right thing to do in any way, shape, and form? What those people are doing over there to those people? What if the roles were reversed? How do you think the reaction would be if the roles were reversed and it was those people attacking them? Do you think the news would be different? Do you think the papers stories would be different? Do you think everybody would be like, oh, put a pin on, everybody put a ribbon on your car and let's put flags on our houses? That's what I'm talking about. Is I'm trying to get my I'm not trying to be a critic.
Why would you do that to start with, though? I mean, literally. I mean,
I know.
Where's your ribbon?
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm talking about. Is that's the mentality of it. It's not this identity kind of politic. It's almost politics in a way, even though
It really is.
But
You have to choose one side or the other.
Yeah. It's got this crazy.
No, I don't.
It's got a religious tone, but it's like a political religious tone, and I don't identify with that at all. If it's just wrong, it's wrong. Screw the politics.
And there's so much wrong going on there.
Oh yeah, wrong all around that place.
So one side is more wrong than the other, or something. Give me a break.
They killed 20 people. Let's kill 100, and now we're ahead. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Don't do it at all.
That's the question. What do you get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. I try to stay out of it just because it's. I mean, I saw him said something that was interesting too. I thought it was kind of interesting. He was saying that who are they attacking? Do we even know the people that they're attacking?
No, we don't. And I mean, back in the 80s and the 70s and stuff, that Hamas wasn't like a hot button topic. It wasn't like, it's fairly new. It's like they create boogeymen over there in groups out of the same people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, because they need somebody to fight against. I mean, how do you be a victim without people doing something to you? So
I watched an article the other day. They ran newsreels after World War I. The nation of Israel, the Jews, were actually like 6 million of them were actually murdered then in World War I.
Yeah, there wasn't even that much.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, have you guys ever seen that video where it's like 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews, 6 million Jews?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah. All up before Hitler was even a thing.
Yeah. But then it was even after the World War II that Hitler had done that too.
Yeah.
Didn't make any sense to me. Why would they bring
and then they blamed it all on Hitler.
Yeah.
Before that man was even born.
I know. It's just like I said, that whole thing is such a crap fest. I don't know. The way I look at it is like we should, I'm not going to say anything bad because I don't think anything bad, but my mentality is like something ain't right, and
it's not right.
Yeah, something inside of me just says get away.
Or keep your distance.
Yeah, just stay away. Let them people work out their own problems. I just I just wouldn't give anything to it. I don't think that I would just say, okay, well, to avoid political and religious crap, I would just say, well, that's it. We're not giving you any more money. We're not backing you. Good luck on you. That's it. You're on your own. We don't agree with what you're doing, and we don't believe in that here, so we're not going to back you. Good luck.
Well, it's like when both sides are trying to appeal to my pocketbook. I'm like, well,
that's all about.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a scenario that me personally, I wouldn't want my name on or my money going to.
You guys want to get a laugh right quick? You ready? I want to pull up the Wikipedia article on the Antarctic Circle.
Oh, this is going to be a beauty. This is going to be a fallacy central.
Yeah, well,
Oof.
First of all, they go right into the temperate zones in the Arctic Circle, and then they do mention the 24-hour sun here, but it's only 1 day a year, 2 days a year is what they actually say in the article, and they show the tilt of the Earth and the rotation of the Earth. Your standard crap.
It's magic.
Go ahead, D-Man. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say it's magic. Well, you can see the sun go around you while the sun is coming up on the other side of where you are at the same time. It's magic.
Yeah. So, but this is where I'm trying to get to, right in here, in this slice of the pizza right in here. That's where I want to get into. I want to get beyond that first peninsula inside here at the 80th parallel. So,
Well, no, I want to say real fast, Roger. It's like that ALE guy that you spoke to said, "Oh, I know what goes on there, you know, as far as the 24-hour sun." But it's like, well, did you see it?
yeah. Well, he said he takes trips. He's down there all the time. So,
No, but he never admitted that he actually saw
nope, he won't either.
it.
This is
I mean,
off.
if you actually saw it, wouldn't you be like, "Oh yeah, I saw it"?
Yeah, dude, then come on down. We can film it. You know, sure.
Like, why are ALE backing off so much? They'll say like, "Oh, I know what happens there, but I didn't actually see it," is what they're basically saying. So they didn't see shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Well, they probably have to keep the narrative. I'm sure there's people that they have to answer to, you know. So,
But I mean, if that would be like a huge banger as far as like, you know, news, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah, it would.
oh,
Yeah.
we can see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Well, even on that website I was on just now, it said 22 hours of daylight. That's all they said. Now, Mikey's in the chat. Yeah, I heard he got, Sea Lightning was saying he got some more pictures of the firmament.
Mikey. I was talking about Mikey on South Show tonight.
I heard you.
Yep.
I was listening. I had to go get dinner.
Yeah, that was man. I'll tell you, that was one of the best. It was one of the best guys you had on here, man. That was a great show.
I like Mikey's stuff. He's aiming for stars. He wants to get clear ones. He goes out on clear nights. He doesn't have to worry about refraction. He doesn't get any clear photos on those nights, or videos for that matter. So,
And hello, Dewey.
yeah, D Witt's here. He's been here for a while.
I'm
Justin,
gonna.
Is
I'm
that
gonna-
his real account? Because I guess there's somebody who's been impersonating him.
yeah, I heard that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy an optic over the winter, like around Christmas time. I'm gonna buy something, and I'm gonna get a digital, the digital eyepiece. They have these things you can buy that you put in the end of the eyepiece. It's like a digital camera, and you plug it into a USB port. I'm gonna buy one over the winter, like right around Christmas time,
Nice.
and buy something nice, like a decent telescope, and I'll buy a good size one. And I'm gonna buy that digital eyepiece that plugs into the USB, so I can pop it in this computer, so I can.
Mikey, I think you use binoculars, man.
Yeah, I had a monocular, an old big one. I think it might have been Russian made. I forget. It was a really old one. When I first got my one that had a first really good cell phone camera,
Yeah.
I bought the bracket that goes over the eyepiece, and I actually did some stuff with it. But I mean, you know, that was like fucking 8 computers ago. So I don't know. That's just long gone now. But I'm gonna buy the USB digital eyepiece thing so I can plug it into the PC, so that way I can just take digital images, or I don't have to use the cell phone camera. I can just use use the computer.
Well, tell Mikey about that. Maybe you'd be interested in putting a digital eyepiece on his binocular.
Yeah, I forget the company that makes them. I looked around and there's like a bunch of companies that make them that it just fits in the eyepiece, and it has a USB cable that comes out of it. You just plug it into a USB port. I forget the it's just basically a camera, so you don't have to hang a phone on the end of it. It's supposed to be better resolution, and of course you spend more money, you get the better resolution ones.
And he's got a new binocular set coming. I think he's trying to upgrade, get a better binocular set, more magnification on it.
When I first started watching Jay Tolan, you know who Jay Tolan is?
Yeah, I know Jay Tolan.
Jay Tolan, and
Still a flip-flop in my book, though.
yeah, before he became what he is now.
Yeah.
When he was doing the really early videos and he had that binocular and he was looking over the Santa Ana Mountains in California.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. He was doing it in like black and white, that weird black and white where it's like,
Yeah, it's infrared. What he's using.
yeah, it removes all the clouds and all the haze and everything. Those are the best videos that he ever did. That's what made his channel up to what it was.
I think he did a shot for 700 miles or so.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And he was just using a little cheap USB camera and a laptop on the side of a hill, a walking path, and he just took that thing and beamed it right across in the daytime. It wasn't even in the nighttime or anything. He just did it in the day. And I mean, those were awesome. And all it was this cheap thing he bought from Amazon and a cheap digital camera.
Then he started going to Mount Wilson over there in California and taking shots from there too.
Yeah.
They have an observatory on that hill, I think.
I think there's some up here. I'd have to go and look it up and see if maybe I could take a tour or something. I know they have a observatory up by Mount Washington, because that's way higher elevation than where I am. But that's 3.5, 4 hours north of here. That's way up in the mountains. My girlfriend used to live up there, my ex-girlfriend. And she lived up, her boss had tons of money. They would leave in the winter and go down to Florida because they hated the winter. So she would stay at this like $2 million home. And you could walk out to the back of the house and look out the back, and you're literally looking at the White Mountains. And I was just like, man, this place is rich.
So, D-Man, I got a question for you. You ever watch Flatwater's content before?
I might have. The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he did a couple of series on Captain Clark and James Ross Clark and Captain Cook. And he took their journals and their expeditions. And they actually disproved the globular model back in 1743 just by circumnavigating the southern oceans, and they documented it all. That's one of the reasons they went out looking for the magnetic southern pole, and they couldn't find it.
Yeah, because there isn't one. That's why. I asked Karen that question. She said, I said, everything goes to north, so obviously there's only one pole. And she said, oh, no, it's not true. There's two. And I said, okay, if I'm close to the South Pole, does that mean that the compass is going to go to the South Pole? And she never answered.
Nope.
And I thought that was odd, just because, if there's two poles, that means if I'm closer to one, the magnetic is going to go directly to whatever I'm closer to, the higher strength. If I go south, it should go the other direction if there's another pole.
Yeah, it would flip the compass around. It doesn't.
If we were on an FE, if we were on a globe, wouldn't it just be one big pole?
Yeah.
So it would still do the same thing if that was the case, and it was just a magnetic core or whatever you wanted to call it. Well, everywhere you would go would be to that pole, whether you were in the north or the south. That wouldn't change. So there's still only one.
It's funny. You should hear their explanation when you get on a plane to go down there. I've watched trips down there. They're like, the compass is going to be reversed for you. Yeah. In other words, still pointing north.
No, it's always going to point north because that's what
I'm saying. It's pointing north. They say you have to use the compass in reverse while you're there in the south.
Oh, because you're upside down, right?
I don't know. They're saying the southern tip of your compass literally will be pointing to the south, which it'll be the same in the north. That's all they tell you when you go read the compass while you're down there.
So bad.
Yeah, I'll show you.
So bad.
Did I show you the compass I got for the trip?
No.
Oh, I got a standard engineer's compass.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty.
Bring some cheap ones too. Some little shitty cheap ones, like some cheap ones you can buy, just to test them, just to see if the magnetic, even if you only take it out for a couple of seconds, if it's a really, really small one, meaning the magnet's very, 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 like the smallest ones you can find. Just a couple of cheapo ones that you can get anywhere, Amazon for $3 or eBay or whatever. Just a couple of the crappiest, smallest, garbagey ones you can find.
Oh, I've got a couple of those laying around, dude.
Just because the idea is, I'm thinking, is that if you're down that far and you're that far away from the north, those compasses won't even work. Meaning that they'll just dangle around and they won't point any general direction because you're too far away from it. That's why I said get just the dinkiest, smallest, shittiest one you could find, just to see what it would do when you get out, and then you could immediately pull that thing out and see if it even points to the north.
Yeah. Hold on, my camera's not even working. I'm just trying to figure out why. Let me see if I can plug it in.
My thinking behind that is to test the magnetics, to test how strong the magnetic is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, what's his name? McToon did a couple of compass tests too.
Yeah, but did he use these big gargantuan friggin' big monster things?
He had just a regular compass he was using, but he said he was looking for a magnetic declination on the way down to prove something, like the magnetic field of the Earth. That's what he was looking for. And my camera's not working. Yeah, I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in. Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. Just because I know that that magnet is physically interacting with the pole. That's why I was saying that. If it's physically interacting with it and the magnet is extra small, then being way far away from that magnetic center, the magnet the compass might not work at all. Because it's just too far away. Especially if it's really, 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 really small. It might not just go blunk and go right to north. It might just do whatever. And then you'll know, okay, yeah, we're pretty far away. If you get some big-ass magnet one that's huge, yeah, it's not going to have any problems interacting with it because the magnet's giant. But if it's some little crappy-ass, dinky $2 thing you Chinese-made, pushed together, super tiny, the smallest one you could find, just to see what would happen, to see if it actually punk and goes right to it, being that far away. If it doesn't, then you could say, okay, look at that. The magnet don't even work because it's extra small.
Oh, shoot.
You watching Bob Ross? I haven't seen Bob Ross in a long time.
And I have a quick question. It's like, how many viewers does it say for you guys?
I can't. I don't even know where to look at that.
Like, because I have this phone, and then my other one says 2.
There's way more than 2 people in here.
I know.
Yeah,
I'll put it back on Bob Ross.
It's just YouTube. YouTube's like, no, you don't got 14 people watching. No.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
My mic and my camera both went out. I got them working now. So.
Yeah.
Where are you, Roger? No, I'm just kidding.
This is
yeah.
Compass that I got right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, the same thing or a similar thing happened to me earlier. I just straight up got kicked off your stream.
Hold it up a little more.
You want to see this?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So
that is a nice one.
Yeah. And I got some lodestone right here, which is, you've seen before, lodestone.
Yeah.
And you can take it with all the electronics. It's going to mess with the compass somewhat. It's got a lock on it. I can push a button and hold down the compass. But if you watch the compass, it'll actually north will follow the lodestone.
It's a stone magnetic?
Yes, it's lodestone. You know what lodestone is?
No, what is it? Some kind of magnetic? Was it got a mineral in it or something?
No, it just, you dig. They say it came from the north.
Okay.
It's supposedly what remnants of the mountain.
So
magnetic.
It's the black rock.
That's the one.
Yeah.
You can buy it. Go online. You can order the stuff. It's organic lodestone. It's kind of cool.
Naturally magnetized pieces of mineral magnate.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I looked it up real quick because I've heard people talk about it. I've never seen one in person though.
I've owned some for years. I've got like 4 or 5 pieces. It does work on compasses. It'll guide it around, but like even the electronics that like my computer actually will affect the compass itself.
Yeah.
So you got to get outside to get it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What would be interesting is how far away do you have to get the stone away from it before it doesn't follow it?
I don't know. So that makes me think that if there's a lodestone in the north, it's huge.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. That's why I was saying to take the shittiest, tiniest one that you can find, because naturally its pull is going to be a lot less because of the size of the actual magnet itself. That's why I was saying to do that, just because I'm curious to see if it just doesn't do anything. If it's really small, it might not detect the north at all. So it might need something opposite, you know what I mean, for that to work. That has a much greater pull for it to say, okay, yeah, to the north, boom. Just as a stupid test. I mean, just something I thought of right after the second. Like, shit, bring the crappiest thing you can find.
And when I was on Sandy D's channel, and she said she had found some anomalies in the north. She was taking us through Google Earth and stuff. She found a anomaly above Iceland, a couple of clicks up, and if you look, you'll find this giant black rock coming up out of the water.
Montes Negros or whatever it's called. Yeah, the black rock.
Yeah, if you look through all the old Mercators, there's actual like you'll see it marked, and there's even stories told about it up until the 18th century, where sailors actually used to go to this place, and they would even get the nails pulled out of their ships and stuff, and they shipwrecked. It's really strange. Yeah, so that I believe this is what lodestone actually is.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. Even when you see the insurance commercials, the symbol for the black, what's the Prudential? Yeah, when they do the commercial and they show the giant black mountain, there you go.
A lot of people say that's Mount Hermon too, but I've heard that.
Black rock.
And the little eyepiece on this thing, it actually locks the compass too. I got a button on the side that actually does it. And
where it stops it from turning.
Yeah, you get on the declination, and you can follow that to your. I like the engineer's compass. It's pretty good. I'm going to get another camping style compass, one for the field, more durable. I'm not going to use GPS.
No, I wouldn't either, because you know that they're going to have some crap there that's going to, I mean, you could use a map GPS, or one that has a preloaded map. That would be something to take with you, just so that you can use it. You could use the two and see the difference in the references. You know what I mean, while you're there. But I mean, I wouldn't use anything that tries to connect to any GPS. I would just shut that function off and just make it so it goes off of the, so it just goes off the fixed points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I want to get an eyepiece myself too, and it's a good set of binoculars to actually do the live stream with. 24-hour live stream that I do if I go to Antarctica. I've already started looking at a couple of good binoculars. They're expensive, the good ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They have some infrared ones too. I was looking at. You can get a solar filter for it too. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can buy filters. You can screw on the ends of some of those. You can buy filter kits.
Yeah. I think it was.
I'm rather pissed though, Roger. It's like these guys from ALE, like, oh, we know what goes on there, but not a single one of them will say, oh yeah, we saw the 24-hour sun.
Yeah.
Not one.
Even at that where they were, where Union Glacier is, even due to the map distortion, and you remember watching Scamartica, and they're showing how they redid the grid basically. It's like the longitude latitudes aren't exactly where they say they are. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, because they had to wrap it around a ball. So all they did was take the lines from where it cuts down to the equator. Then they inverted the lines back in exactly the way it goes from the north to the equator, and just reversed it from the equator to the south. So they screwed the lines up where the lines, if you took those lines and put them on a piece of paper flat, those lines would just come straight out, and they would get wider and wider and wider the further out you went. But once you pass the equator, they start to angle back in towards each other again. That's the the thing that they did. They're messing with those lines, because as it passes the equator, the lines angle back in towards the center point on the bottom of the globe. I noticed I did the quotes.
Yeah, we did a whole hour show on that on classes one day. We actually got out Google Earth and we followed the longitude and latitudes down to that parallel. Yeah. And you if you keep going south, you won't end up on the South Pole. You might say it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What was that video where he showed where the real positions of everything was? If you took it and put it on the outside shelf around the outside of where the sun and moon spin, and everything came out perfect. And he was like, "Hey, look at that! Everything exactly where it should be. That should be here. This should be there. That should be there. Like the bases." That was a great video where he pointed that all out and said, "Look, they screwed around with all these lines because they wrapped it around a ball, and that's what screwed all this shit up."
Yeah. Well, the original Flat Earth Dave got a email from Duffy, and he's like, he invited him over to. This is not David Weiss. It's another guy.
Yeah, I know the other guy.
he actually told him, answer Scam Arctica's last 3 videos, and
Yeah.
I'll come debate you. And they used to start there.
He ain't gonna answer. He ain't gonna
Nope.
answer any of that crap. You know why? Because he's got no answers, and neither does anybody else he knows have no answers. They should be worried about Allen and friggin' what do you call it? Because they're tearing that crap apart and ripping it all apart.
I'm kind of disappointed in them because what they're doing now, Allen's giving the Globies a lot of leeway because they got Annex over in the chat. You know who Annex is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over there like, well, they're drawing chord lines to get their measurements for the globe. Like, that's cheating, dude. You can't cut into the globe to get a distance measurement to a star. You know what chord lines are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in other words, they're cutting out the curve of the Earth into
of
the
course.
Earth.
It's the whole point. It's the whole point to it. That's the whole idea is we're unraveling the bullshit.
Mhm.
Unraveling their shape that they wrapped it around and made a system around it so that you can move inside of it digitally. Nobody traveling across anything is not using using any non-digital. Every ship that is on the water has digital equipment in it, navigation equipment. No one's saying, hold on, pull out the thing, let's look at the stars and see where we are. No one's doing any of that crap. It's all digital. So
Yeah, they're all using Polarium.
Yeah, the same bullshit that we're using to travel from coast to coast with a car is the same bullshit that they're using to travel coast to coast on a ship.
Yeah,
it's the same
they got to
bullshit
use
system.
those global coordinates to get to their destinations that they use in the Great Circle routes. So.
You know, they're not. No, notice no one's coming out with computers and saying, "Okay, here we're going to unwrap it and we're going to make it on a flat so you can move around more, and we're going to make it so that the longitude latitude lines aren't squeezed once you get past the equator." And you know, that's what it was. That's how everybody traveled before they wrapped it around a ball. So of course they had to create a system around it to make it work. You know,
it's a painstaking process that they grew
up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but they're giving them too much leeway with the refraction and stuff too. Like what he took when he's take with the first occulted star, they're using water refraction, which it doesn't equivocate to terrestrial refraction. It gives them more.
We were reading about that where the motion of the water inside of it could disturb what you were seeing, cause problems.
So if you want to get like Mikey, when he does his observations, he waits till there's no moisture, no clouds, no anything. Then he does his observations. You'll get a better reading.
Matter of fact, Mikey just said in the chat that he went and looked that up, what I was talking about, the USB eyepiece.
He likes it.
Yeah, he's like, I might buy one. Yeah, because you can take that thing, Mikey, and plug it right into your laptop and take the images digitally. So
he's been carrying his phone around with him, so taking them out on trips.
Yeah. I mentioned Mikey a bunch of times, man. That was an impressive show. I had a lot of fun with that. I love that kind of stuff.
The first good picture I got of what I saw a surface in the sky. I'm like, yeah, dude, that looks pretty cool. And even Sav jumped on it too.
Yeah.
I took Mikey over there a couple of times on Sav's and let him present his videos. He found them neat. I
love that kind of stuff. I had a friend Eddie growing up that he had a telescope, and I used to go over his house, and we used to go in the backyard and he had a big raised up patio on top of his garage. We would go up there and set up the telescope and go, here, check this out, look at this. And he would open up a book that would tell you where the stars were, you know, could tell you how to look up and look at them. And, you know, you could figure out what this one is, what that one is. And then we used to just go and screw around with it, you know. I thought it was fun.
He had basically an atlas for a planisphere.
Yeah, a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
That's what he called it. He called it a cheat sheet. He's like, I'll pull out the cheat sheet. You know?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Well, I got to get up and watch the kids tomorrow.
All right, man.
Got to babysit the grandkids, and my eldest is getting married in a couple of weeks. I mean, youngest, sorry, getting married in a couple of weeks. So, got to get ready for that.
Cool.
Kind of marriage and
what do you mean you have responsibilities? Not go for it.
Hey, you know,
dude, I got more responsibilities than I wanted.
Come on, all the millions you're making off of this channel, Roger. Come on.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you. Well, supposedly, I reached my goal on the GoFundMe. So what they did is they dumped everything in my bank account. So I put it in my savings. Yeah. Good. And so I got to talk to them. They took out $128 for fees. I thought that was a lot.
Yeah. Of course, they're going to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm. So what I think happened is some people pulled back some donations. I didn't get quite as much as I thought I was going to get. I got around $4,000 out of it. So I've still got how much more to go? You saw the prices of those tickets.
Oh yeah. I'd give you some money if I had money to give. I'm pulling computers out of the trash. That's how that's
Like, yeah, I get you. I'm when I get there, I get there. You know,
I hear you, brother.
this happens every year. In 2 days, the sun is nowhere near what the north gets.
Yeah.
How long is the sun in the north up? Was it 30 days of solar noons? You know, it's big
When you
difference.
think when you think about it on a flat, where would the sun be the closest to itself as it spun around? In the north.
Yep.
So
Oh, it's like I saw the sun myself in Minnesota, which is supposed to be, you know, on the opposite side of the curve during their 24-hour
Sun.
alleged viewing of it.
Well, that's why they got to put it 93 million miles away.
yeah, I mean, come on, that it was obvious. Obviously, seeing Chicago was obviously a mirage. I mean, it was obvious. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
now
see Chicago from across Lake Michigan. Sorry.
Like, oh yeah, you can see a light source beyond a physical barrier,
Ryan's got a mountain
aka the curve. Yeah.
right next to him. I think it said around closer to 200 miles away. He can actually see it from the bay where he is on a clear day.
Yep.
It's a long way to go. And the first observation I ever made was 72 miles away. I got to see Mount Humphreys from Walnut Canyon with binoculars. So I'm like,
Well, it's
I
like,
shouldn't be able to.
no matter how you boil it down, it's like the Earth isn't what they say it is.
No.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I'm going to go see what they say it is in the South. No, I'm going to grab a song and get offline.
It's good to see. Yeah, good to see you, Roger. Good to see you, Derek. Hello to
Yeah,
everybody in the
likewise.
chat. Good
Thanks
to
for
see
everybody
you
coming
guys.
in. Yeah, and I'll be making a phone call about 9:30 tomorrow. I'll be doing a live with that. So,
I'll check it out when I get up, man.
boys. God bless in the meantime.
Yep.
All right.
Right back at you.
night, guys.
Good night.
In the valley of the shadows, land of the scorpion, stung by the darkness, swimming in all the poison. I need some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Come with some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I plead, show me some mercy. Grandma, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, with a little bit of light. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven in the land of the shadows, the valley of the scorpion. Stung by the darkness, swimming in out the poison. I need some angel music. I need some angel music. I want some angel music. The song to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I play. Show me some mercy. Grandpa, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven with a little bit of sword, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sword. Black feather glisten, just a little bit of light, a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven, shine like a raven. snake.